warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Right. Uh, so I would like to thank ISEP committee for inviting me to be here for proceeding of 8th International Seminar of Entrepreneurship and Business, ISEP 2020. All right. So for my presentation, I'll present on the topic of an empirical study of factors affecting e-commerce adoption among micro and small and medium-sized enterprises in a suburban and rural economic area, which is evidence from Kelantan. My research team consists of 12 individuals, senior lecturers and lecturers, which is led by me. I am Dr. Siti Afiqah Zainuddin. All right. For my presentation, the outline is here. Is like this. The first is about the introduction and issue. Second is on research objective and question. Third, on the research framework and underpinning theory. Fourth is on the research design methodology. Fifth, data analysis and results. Sixth, discussion and conclusion. And finally, contribution and future research agenda. All right, let's look on the introduction and issue regarding this study. All right, so have you heard about e-commerce, electronic commerce, which is not what we call rare nowadays, and we can see new business comments in current time right now in today. Okay, they are all using e-commerce approach, which all trading activities are conducted online. So as commerce is a subset of e-commerce, which also refer to a process of selling, buying, transferring, or exchanging product and services and information through social media platform. All right. So the study found many previous researches conducted on many aspects of e-commerce. However, very limited research gave attention to this new phenomenon of e-commerce. Hence, this study aims to fill the research gap by investigating the factors affecting e-commerce adoption among micro and SME in suburban and rural economic areas such as Kelantan. All right, so what is the research objective and questions? So we aim for the study, we aim to investigate the factors affecting e-commerce adoption among micro and SME enterprises in suburban and rural economic areas such as Kelantan. So the question arise here is, what are the factors affecting e-commerce adoption among micro and SME in suburban and rural economic area? So we draw our study based on the theory of organization, environment, adoption that was developed by Tanaski et al. 1990. So the theory is all about how we describe the factors that affect by contextual factors in the adoption of innovation. So from this diagram, you can see here that there are three elements or factors that consist of technology context and organizational context and environmental context that might be associated to social commerce adoptions. So for these studies, we try to test again this theory using our own hypothesis and to be tested in new environment of suburban and rural economic area. So this is our research design and methodology. So basically, our study is quantitative in nature, as we found that to reach the respondents' perceptions, okay, to obtain their perceptions, we have to conduct a questionnaire survey. So this is also because of a different geographical area and the what factors of distance as well. In order to reach these businesses in rural and suburban area, questionnaire surveys is the most viable option. So the micro business and SME operators in Kelantan become the unit of analysis for our study. So in order to obtain the list of these businesses, we retrieve or we extract the data from Department of Statistics Malaysia, which provide a list of micro businesses and SMEs that are currently active and operating in rural and suburban area in Kelantan. All right, so we distribute questionnaire survey to 400 micro business and SME around this area, and out of it, we got 74% response rate, which equal to 294 units of questionnaire survey. So in order to analyze the results, the data, and to answer our research question, we use Pearson's correlation coefficient, which is purposely to investigate the strength of the association between independent and dependent variables. Okay, this is the diagram that shows the reliability test of each measurement for each variables. So we have 4 variables here, which consists of 3 independent variables: the technology context, organizational context, and environment context, and 1 dependent variable, which is commerce adoptions. So each of these variable will be represented by 5 number of items. So we analyze each 5 number of items using Cronbach alpha, and then all of them shows that 0.8 and above, 0.7 and above Cronbach alpha, showing that they are all reliable except 1 item under environmental context section. So it records 0.69. So we think that it is not considered acceptable for reliability tests. So we remove it from the questionnaire questions. So this is right now we move to the results of Pearson correlation analysis. So based on our research questions, RQ1, does technological context is associated to commerce adoption by micro business and SMEs? And the hypothesis is there is high association between technology context and commerce adoption by micro business and SMEs. So our finding shows that there is an association between technology context and commerce adoption by micro business and SME, about 40%. So I can explain here by saying that micro business and SME tend to adopt commerce adoption as explained by 40% from technology context. So technology context is what we can say here very associated to the adoption of commerce by these businesses. So RQ2 here is organizational context association to commerce adoption. So the result shows only 25% association exists between these 2 variables. So it is less than average. For environmental context here, the association shows there is a very low association between environmental context and commerce adoption. So we go to the discussion and conclusion part. We think that Interestingly, although micro business and SME located at rural and suburban area, which is far from the city, the result shows environmental contact is the lowest associated to the successful performance of business, which is only around 7%. So wherever they are not really affected by the environment, the study said here. And this phenomenon can be explained by looking at the percentage of the association between technological context and the e-commerce adoption, which shows that the result from this study, 40% successful performance of micro business in SME and micro business in suburban and rural area are contributed by the technological context, which means regardless of geographical area of the business, size and its types, they can sustain and they can succeed as well as they can grow as long as there are technological contexts, or in other words, the integration of e-commerce adoption by the business. All right, that is all from me. Thank you very much for listening.